Hey everyone, so first of all I'm going to say sorry if there's any sort of voice mismatch or video skipping. I'm not entirely sure again about my current camera setup, so sorry with that. Anyways, this was meant to be a sort of just quick and to the point video. Not necessarily quick, but directly to the point video. Um, I've been absent for a while. I thought I'd show you guys not all the retro games that I picked up, but a good chunk of the retro games that I did pick up. Some highlights and then sort of some random stuff as well. So start out with the NES stuff, and I'm gonna start out with just the loose cartridges that I picked up. Now I didn't like some of these. I got them for a good deal. Some of them, not so much. I didn't overpay for any of this, so let's just leave it at that. So first, I got Mega Man 3 in pretty nice condition. Next, I got a Natsumi game called Special Cybernetic Attack Team, or just SCAT. Next, I got two Simpsons games. The one is The Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants, and I think I also have this for the Game Gear. And the other one is The Simpsons Bart versus the World. I think this is some kind of a geography platformer game. And then the last one here is a Hudson Soft game, Adventures of Dino Riki. And next, I'm going to move on to the boxed games that I picked up. And these are complete, except for the last one. So, yeah, the condition is pretty nice. There's a little bit of box damage to them, but for the most part, the games are in perfect condition. So, it's not really that big of a problem. So, first is Super Mario Brothers 3, complete in box. Next is the original Tetris for the NES, complete in box. And last is Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. This one is missing the manual. It does have the foam piece at the bottom there, and the cartridge is in like immaculate condition. So that is a plus. Let me just try to put this away carefully, and then I'll move on. If I can get this to go in properly, and sorry to make a that's what she said joke. Anyways, moving on, I'll just go in chronological order here. All these happen to be Nintendo games, so sorry about that. I haven't really picked up any PS1 games lately. I haven't picked up any more Genesis games. I haven't picked up any Saturn games. In fact, I only got I only recently purchased a Saturn console that I have hooked up back there, and the only game that I have for it is Fighting Vipers, but that one I've had it for a while. Anyways, next, moving on to the Super Nintendo games, I have first Clay Fighter, just regular Clay Fighter. Next, I have, um, I'll go with this one here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, and as you can tell by the name, it's a tournament fighter. Um, the NES version is a lot rarer than the Super Nintendo version, but still, it's a fighting game with the Ninja Turtles. You just can't go wrong. Next up is a game that I had initially played when I was younger on the Game Boy Advance port of it, but I never got to play the original Super Nintendo version of it, and that is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And I just traded in some things to get this, so I didn't pay full retail for it, even though it was labeled as a pretty much full retail price. And then the last Super Nintendo game that I got is Mega Man X. I did see Mega Man X2 and I think X3. Um, yeah, because an X4 came out on the PS1. I saw X2, but the price was obscene. This one was $30, and I traded in a couple random stuff for it, so it wasn't that bad. I think I pretty much ended up paying like $15 for the stuff that I traded in for it, so that's fine. Next, I'll go for the N64 games. Nothing too special, nothing ridiculous, just some more or less common games. First up is Earthworm Jim 3D. And it is one of those games in a yellow cartridge. A couple of games were in different colored cartridges, yellow, blue, black, but most of them were just standard gray. Next up is a slightly sun-faded copy of Banjo-Kazooie. But that's fine, it plays perfectly fine, and I just wanted to finally play the game. Next up is Pokemon Puzzle League. It's a Pokemon game. I have to buy it. And then the last one is the Japanese version of Yoshi's Story. And this was a game that I didn't mind actually buying the Japanese version of. I have about 5 Japanese N64 games, but my largest Japanese video game collection is my Dreamcast collection. As you can see, all those white labeled games over here, those are all the Japanese Dreamcast games that I have. Anyways, moving on, I'll show you guys the Game Boy games that I got. Some of them I got from stores. Some of them I got off of Kijiji deals, and a couple of them I got from eBay. So I'll just go ahead and show you what I got. First, the loose cartridges. I got Battletoads, the Castlevania Adventure, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, Pokemon Gold, and DuckTales 2. Now, these games here, I had paid $15 for Link's Awakening DX, and then I think only like $4 for Battletoads and $5 for Castlevania Adventure. And usually if it's a game in a well-known series for under $5, for the Game Boy that is, I'll go for it. Next, these two games, I traded in a spare copy of Pokemon Yellow that I had found for $10 at a thrift store, because I already had my original copy from when I was a kid, so I didn't need it. And I traded in a couple other things, so I got Pokemon Gold, which I never had growing up because I had Silver, and then there was some money left over, so I got DuckTales 2 also. And DuckTales 2 was like $15, but like, I mean, it's in very nice condition, and it is DuckTales, and it is a fun game, so I didn't have a problem with it. I wasn't just gonna buy something completely random. Next up are the boxed games that I got. First, I got Donkey Kong Land 2 complete in box. It is the Player's Choice Edition, and it is kind of squished on the sides, but that's fine. It's Donkey Kong Land 2, so I had the original Donkey Kong Land for the Game Boy, but I don't know, I lost it or I traded it and forgot. Not sure, but at least I have Donkey Kong Land 2 now, but what can you do? And anyways, the next game here, again in a box, is kind of squished, but at least it's complete. This one's a little rarer, but not that rare. It's a Hudson Soft game, and it's Bonk's Adventure. Yeah, it's just your standard Bonk platformer. You attack with your gigantic baby head, and you're in the past with dinosaurs and stuff like that, and you get crazy power-ups. It's a fun series. I have the first game for the TurboGrafx, and I'm happy to add another one to the series. And then the last games that I have to show you here are the games that I got from eBay, and these are all Japanese games, and they are complete in box, and they are all Pokemon games, which I was happy to get for relatively cheap. I think I paid somewhere around $25 for the 3 of them. And the condition isn't amazing, but it's also not terrible. And the games themselves are in perfect condition, so I had no problem with putting that money into it. So the first one I'm going to show you here is Pocket Monsters Yellow Pikachu Edition. And this one is in absolute near perfect condition. The top flap is a little loose, but again, who cares? I love Pokemon. It's been one of those games that I've been like one of those franchises that I've been playing since I was a kid. Um, Even though I did grow up with Mario, when Pokemon came along, I pretty much found myself completely committed to Pokemon. That's why the other two games that I got here, complete in box as well, are Ruby and Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance. Now, Ruby, I do have the North American version of it, and I do have the North American version of Emerald, but I never got the North American version of Sapphire. It's just because at the time, I was, how old was I? I might have been around 12 or 13. Let me think. 13. So I didn't exactly have my own money at the time, so I had to rely on um, gifts and stuff like that. And considering the fact that I already had Ruby, my parents were not willing to spend the money on Sapphire as well, just because, like, I mean, it came out at the exact same time, and it was pretty much the exact same game. The only reason why I was able to get Emerald is because I pretty much claimed that it was a different game, because it did come out, like, a year later. Anyways, that's the stuff that I've picked up over the last little while, pretty much between the end of December and just a few days ago. In fact, I believe the last game that I picked up from these ones here was Pokemon Gold and DuckTales 2. I got um, on Valentine's Day, and Simon's Quest I got a few days before that, and what else? Mega Man 3 I got on Sunday, I believe it was. Saturday or Sunday, this past Saturday or Sunday. Anyways, that's what I've gotten over the last little while. Sorry I haven't been posting as many videos lately, and sorry for this extra long video here. And I know that I shouldn't be saying sorry as much as I am, but it's just the kind of person that I am. It's sort of just a reflex. Anyways, have yourselves a good day. Leave comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think, what you want to hear from me, any questions that you might have about anything at all, any video requests, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And that's it. See ya.